Hey everyone, how are you today? Welcome to the Lunch and Learn. Vanessa, how are you today?
I'm doing great, Joe. How about you?
I'm doing fantastic. I could use a little more food. And speaking of food, I'd love to know what y'all are having for lunch today. I'm a foodie. I have food issues, and I just want to know what you're putting in
Hey,
your face today.
what did you have for the 4th?
The fourth, oh, I cooked one of the meanest turkey burgers on the planet.
Really?
I did. Are you ready for this? I actually sauteed garlic in olive oil. I added spinach. And I added that spinach to raw turkey, ground turkey, and made turkey burgers out of that with some seasonings.
Nice.
When I pulled it out, yeah, I put some Gouda cheese on top of it
Oh,
and a
wow.
mushroom and put it into the toaster oven. I have food issues. In case y'all haven't figured that out yet, you're hearing all about it right now.
We had
Yeah.
turkey burgers as well, but we had normally I have Havarti. I love turkey burgers with Havarti cheese. Anyway, oh my gosh, I'm making myself hungry. Marie, ham and cheese on wheat. Awesome.
There you
Standard
go.
sandwich right there. Ham and cheese on wheat.
Heck yes, definitely. Yummy, yummy, yummy.
There you
I also
go.
have put feta cheese in mixed in my ground
Oh
turkey.
yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that works pretty good for a zinger in there too.
I was just going to say, remind me, I'll give you this fantastic recipe for a salad that has feta cheese. Grilled chicken and romaine salad for Yvonne. Good to see
Yum,
you.
yum, yum, yum. Okay, so we talk about some fun stuff today. This big word called omni-channel marketing.
Omni-channel marketing. I know. Does it, when you say omni-channel marketing, doesn't it make like all these things fire off in your brain? Like what are we talking about?
Exactly right.
Going
Exactly.
on?
Well, I'm ready to get to it. So we're going to talk
Well,
about the power of omni-channel marketing, and I think Vanessa might even educate us on what omni-channel marketing is.
We
That might
we might go down that road first. All right, great, awesome. Kathy's having Greek salad. Jill's having a chocolate peanut butter nutrition bar. Jill, we were
Oh,
just talking
Jill.
about nutrition
Mm,
bars right before
mm.
went live today. We were talking about different bars that we like. All right, let's get rolling on this. What is omni-channel marketing? It is marketing to the end consumer using multiple communication channels. And we're going to give you some examples of those today and what that looks like, because you still might be asking, but what is it? So we'll give you some examples of that. Here's omni-channel marketing. Pretend the building on the left there with the megaphone is your business. These are various ways, not all the ways, but various ways that you could communicate with your existing customers or potential customers, by email, by mail, by text messages, by social media, using your website, using word of mouth advertising, using sales funnels. And Joe, like I said, there are many, many other ways that you can market to people. Television advertising would be something. There are lots of different infomercials, another thing. So lots of different ways that you can reach your end consumer. I just chose the most common ones that we see a lot with the businesses that we service.
Yeah, absolutely. And these are all tried and true. I mean, not one of these is not being used by, well, I think we use almost every single, yeah, we do. We use every single one of these at Mailbox Power. So, yes,
We
and
do.
a few more. So, yeah,
Yeah.
but these are the common ones for sure.
Yeah.
But not to be
And here's why.
overlooked.
And I think it's the perfect time, Joe, for us to say, listen, we talk about the mailbox a lot, right? We talk about physical mail a lot. We talk about getting something tangible in people's hands a lot. You hear
Mhm.
about that. But we
Yeah.
do not say that email is not important, text messages aren't important, social media is not important. You'll never hear us say that these things aren't important, because they are. They are very important. And you'll see why in just a few minutes. I'm going to share some stats with you that
Oh, yeah.
will help you understand why it's important. So,
Yes.
Joe,
Okay, so email. And listen, I hear a lot of people say email's ineffective. And I call BS on that, right? So if you're not writing the right content for your audience, certainly nobody's going to read your emails. If there's no value in the email, they're not going to read them either. But anyway, brand recall peaks when direct mail follows email. outperforming the average for the other single and integrated media campaigns by 40%. Now, what does that complicated sentence mean? That complicated sentence means when you email someone and then you send a piece of direct mail, you are connecting the dots, right? You're using now two channels of communication with the same message, the same brand attributes, the same, I mean, everything. And when you
Yeah.
do that, it's saying that your marketing is increased by 40% engagement. 40% engagement. Folks, I got to tell you, just coupling these two things together alone is a monster deal for any business and any marketer. Marketers, are you hearing us?
Yes.
40%.
Listen up.
40%.
40%. That's a big number. And Joe, here's the thing. It's brand recall. So
Mhm.
you've got people out there that are they've got somebody handling their email, they've got somebody else handling their advertising, they've got somebody else handling their direct mail, and they don't have a consistent voice. When you do not use consistent colors, consistent imagery, a consistent voice for all of your communication, you are really causing problems for your brand because you're not letting people recognize you by your colors, by the imagery, they may not even know your company name. If I flash something on the screen right now that was a can with red
Yep.
and white on it, most of
Yep.
you would have an idea of what soda company I'm talking about. So that is because we have been conditioned to seeing the same thing over and over and over again. So think about that in all of your communication, especially when we're talking about omni-channel marketing. Think about consistency of representing your brand across the various channels. Make it sound like you or your brand, make it look like you, make everything consistent for people, and you will help so much with brand recognition.
Absolutely. I've got an example here of somebody here, and I don't know their name, but I know the customer says, yes, indeed. When I got these delicious cookies from Ken Wall, it was awesome indeed. Now, he saw Ken Wall's online and engaged with them, and all of a sudden he got something in the mailbox, right? And what
Yeah,
happened? Yeah, he engaged with the brand through the mailbox and
awesome.
through an online component. And Ken Walls is instructor, teacher, master marketer online. So yeah,
Awesome. Robert, good to have you here. Glad you could share that. That's awesome. All right, Joe, moving on. 39% of consumers try a business for the first time because of direct mail. You hear us beating that direct mail drum all the time, but that is because it's so effective. And we'll talk about some of the other different marketing channels here, but that's a pretty substantial stat right there.
it's a big deal. And I want all of you to start thinking about something because I know I'm going to say this right now. And like me, I've purchased pizza because Little Caesars said pizza, pizza in my
Yeah.
mailbox, right? Or Pizza Hut was, I've got this heck of a deal. And have 5 kids, folks. You got to feed them somewhere,
Yeah.
right? All of a
Yeah.
sudden, it goes up in the mailbox. I'm calling, or a restaurant, the
Yeah.
dry cleaners. I mean, I can't tell you how many businesses I've engaged with because of the mailbox, and I'm sure
Yeah.
all of you have too. And if you'll just stop and think about it for a minute, you're going to go, "Oh yeah, I do engage with businesses because of the mailbox."
Yeah. Yeah. Here's another one, text messages, integrated direct mail and digital campaigns. So, integrated direct mail and digital campaigns elicit 39% more attention than single media digital campaigns. Meaning, if you only text people, it's not as effective as if you text them and mail them something.
Yeah, absolutely, 100%. And I'm just going to say this. Imagine sending somebody a postcard, a greeting card, a package, and then you text them a week later after they receive it. The
Mhm.
likelihood of them responding and engaging with your text is clearly 40% more than it would be if you did not. That's the
Yeah.
key, right? Are you communicating with multiple channels? That's what this whole thing's about today, right?
Yeah. Yeah. And to your point, Joe, the law of reciprocity kicks in. If somebody sends me something, I feel like I owe them my attention. I owe them
Mhm.
something because they took the time to reach out to me.
Absolutely. And I look right here. Robert Brooker is his name, by the way. Believe in yourself. So we got his
Yeah.
name. But what is he doing right now? He's talking about Ken Walls, a business that is not his,
Yeah.
right here on this channel, where
Yeah.
thousands will see it. And why? Oh,
Yeah.
because he was engaged with in multiple places. Amazing.
Yeah. Very cool. Very cool.
Social
So,
media. Yeah.
yeah, this is a big one, Joe.
Yep. So when primed by mail, people spent 30% longer looking at ads on social media. Again, myself and Vanessa have spent most of our life in the marketing world, from the C-suite down to the bottom rungs of the marketing department. Okay, and I guess what we've been kind of shouting here from the rooftops is that if your marketing matches, your message matches, your brand matches, and you're on multiple channels, you are going to win. And the smallest number I've seen is this one, 30%.
Yeah.
That's the smallest number I've seen today is 30%. And that to me should be a huge wake-up call for all of you that are in the marketing game. If you are helping your customers with marketing, this is a pretty much a no-brainer.
Yeah.
You've
Yeah.
got to engage, and you've got to keep your brand attributes across the board. That's why we have color schemes. That's why we use fonts. That's why we use specific, logos and all these brand attributes. So anyway, there you have it.
Yep. All right. Direct mail case studies showed 70% of people were driven toward an online activity by direct mail, and 35% of consumers made a purchase as a result of direct mail. No, what does that mean? 70% of people were driven toward an online activity by direct mail. That online activity could have been going to a website, could have been scanning a QR code and being taken to a funnel or a website or a video or something like that. But 70% of them were driven there. 35% of them made a purchase as a result of direct mail. Those numbers are staggering. Why wouldn't you use direct mail to direct people to websites, to your social media pages, to your videos, to any of your content that you have that provides value to your prospect or your end consumer?
And it's so easy to do. You are literally 2 clicks away from having a QR code of whatever the heck you want, right?
Yeah.
And it's just an image that gets applied to the postcard, to the greeting card, to whatever process or substrate you're using. And it's just so easy nowadays. I bet, when I look, I'm a direct mail aficionado. Like, I get my direct mail and I'm excited. Okay. I don't know about the rest of y'all, but I'm excited to get my mail because I want to see what other people are doing. And when I see the lost realtors, one of the keys is I see there's no communication outside of a phone number. There's
Yeah.
nothing there for them. And I look at that and go, oh my gosh, they're missing a data point. They're missing an engagement point by not just adding a simple QR code or a URL for somebody to go to. Phone's
Yeah.
great, folks. I agree, but give them another way to do it.
Yeah. Yeah. So direct mail has an average engagement rate of 95%, meaning we don't look at the mail and not touch it, right? So
Mhm.
it's interacted with at least four times in the home. And when I read this stat, Joe, I was like, really? Four times? But I think about it. Somebody brings the mail in, puts it on the counter. That person or somebody else may be the person that sorts the mail, right? Then the bills are taken to wherever you put your bills, and the trash is taken to the trash. And so, yeah, you're touching this mail a lot. And even the things that you throw away, you see many, many times before it ends up in the trash can. So think about that. And then this is a really important point to this. People who know, like, trust, and remember you are more likely to refer you to other people.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. And that remember is the big piece here. And remember, folks, we're marketing. This is not a one and done. There's no silver bullets in marketing. Okay. Just pull the trigger and expect a ton of customers one time.
Yeah.
It's that multiple and repeated behavior of communication through all of these different channels. And of course, we're champions of the mailbox, but we're also champions of all of these channels. And we all
Yeah.
have to be studious of that fact that, it's our responsibility to market. How do we market? How do we get in front of them? And we use every channel that these folks react to.
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. Marketing campaigns that use direct mail and one or more digital media experience 118% lift in response rate compared to using direct mail only. So, when you reach out and tell people the package is in the mail, watch your mailbox, or send them a text or send them an email to let them know that something is coming in their mail, you are going to get a higher response rate.
Absolutely. Absolutely. This is brilliant marketing. You're basically telling somebody to watch for something in your mailbox. Right? It's really simple, right? But the message creates intrigue.
Yes.
What? They're sending me something. It's something physical. I wonder what
Yes.
it could be, right? I mean, you just conjure up all kinds of things in the mind of that recipient where all of
Yeah.
a sudden now you have their attention. Like you
Mhm.
literally have not only just their immediate attention, but now you have long-term attention with intrigue. Oh my goodness. I love doing this. I love telling somebody there's something on the way and I'm not going to tell you what it is. I don't want to ruin the surprise. Wow.
Yeah.
What have I just done? Yeah. Had some fun.
Yes. Now, Joe, I know that you wave the flag for personalization all the time.
Oh my goodness. Yes, ma'am, I do. And so do you. And quite a few of us. I carry it around with me all the time. So this is a study, and it revealed that the response rate to direct mail increases by 135% when it was personalized by the recipient's name and was in full color. Interesting, in full color and personalized. And I must say this, when we look at these engagement and response rates and all this stuff, I want you all to think about we all do the same exact thing. We all go to our mailbox, right? We get our mail and we walk back into the house with it. And we all do this in the same damn place. I do it in the same place every time. And I think most of you do too. Everybody I've talked to, same thing. I separate it. If it has my name on it, personalized, it goes into this pile. If it doesn't, it goes into this pile. And where does this pile go? To the trash can. That's where it goes. This one had my name on it, which means there's something for me, or they need something from me, or I need to engage with this. That's where this engagement comes from. And that first engagement is, oh, yeah, I need to keep this. Got it. And, a quick glance, you know what it's all about. And the second engagement is I actually pick it up and read it this time or interact with it with a QR code or whatever. But this is a big deal, this personalization. This is, it's facts. It's not
Yeah.
us just here flapping our lips. It's facts. It's studies. It's already been done. If you if you're doing direct mail and you're not personalizing it, you're doing it wrong. As a matter of
Yes.
fact, if you're using the words current resident anywhere on your direct mail, you're done. That's a sign of
Yeah.
somebody is after me and they don't care.
Right. Right. There you go. All right. Next here, we'll show you an example here of us using this is the welcome card that goes out to new pro and executive members with Mailbox Power. And this is an example of something that we do. So we give them a piece of physical mail, but we're also directing them to our website and to our online training webinars. So you see how all of this kind of goes in and out. We don't believe that they can get all their information from just direct mail, but we know we'll get their attention with direct mail. So, because of the stats, because we put their name on the front of it, because we use things in full color. So, we know we'll get their attention best if we send them this information through direct mail. And so we do that. And then we direct them to our website and to our online training webinars that happen every day at noon, Monday through Saturday. So they're getting this information. And because we started using this, we have more people joining those training sessions, more people setting up their automations. And Joe, we haven't even talked about what automations are or anything like that in this.
Oh,
But
my
let's
goodness.
just say we make it very, very easy for you to do omni-channel marketing.
Yeah, and I just want to throw this in. We believe in the mailbox. We believe in it so much that we actually use it as a part of our business for our customers. It's that big of a deal to us. We know the numbers. Wouldn't we be crazy to not do this and not engage with our customer in the mailbox? Do you know that there are a lot of people that opt out? They actually opt out and don't even want an email from us. So we don't send
Yeah.
them an email, but we have the mailbox still and we are able to communicate still. And I think it's a big deal that everybody understands that, we're not just yelling from the rooftops. We're actually practicing this as well. We use it daily.
Yep. And you'll see here that on the back of that card, we're also connecting people with our social media channels and letting people know where to go to join the various groups that we have available for supporting each other in Mailbox Power. So the whole point here is that you're not using one channel to communicate with prospects and with your customers. You're using a multi-pronged approach, if you will, so that they're hearing from you in different areas. So what this we call it, Joe and I call it creating noise, right? We create noise by sending out an email and sending a text message and sending people a piece of physical mail and making sure that they hear from us from multiple different forms. Some of the people respond better to the tangible, most of them respond better to the tangible piece of mail. But we can't fit all of the information we need to share with them on one tangible piece of mail. So therefore, we use QR codes and we direct them to other places so that they can get all of the information and training that we want to provide for them.
Absolutely. Love it.
So here's an example of how it works. And I'm going to go through this rather quickly. But if you use email to send a newsletter or special announcement telling people to watch their mailbox for a special delivery, and then you mail them a postcard with a QR code to a video of you explaining how your business can solve their problem. And then you send them a text message reminding them to check their mailbox and inviting them to contact and connect with you on social media. And then you post content on content your ideal customer will find valuable on your social media channels. So that's really, really important. If you're going to drive people to a website or drive people to social media channels, make sure there's something for them to consume when they get there. Welcome your new followers, direct them to your website for a special offer. Then on your website, make sure that your website speaks to the problem your product or service can address for people and that it has a call to action. Perhaps it directs them further down a sales funnel. Perhaps it's do you want to learn more about XYZ product? Then click this link and maybe that goes into a sales funnel, another channel for marketing to people. Then word of mouth, ask people to use specific hashtags when they mention you on social media for a chance to win prizes such as a free product or service that you offer. You have no idea how much mileage you can get out of other people talking about your product or your service or your company. And then post content on social media that directs prospects to a sales funnel so that you can re-engage them. So even people that you've lost that are like they're not really engaging with you, you can post content on social media and get them to re-engage using enticements. Collect their email address on the front end of a funnel so that you can continue to market to them. And then we go straight up to the top again, send them an email, right? So this is just one example of what you could do that uses all of these different channels to communicate and engage with a customer or prospect. You can pick and choose what you want to use. Obviously, I don't expect people to do every one of these every single time they communicate with people, but you will be much more effective at getting your point across, getting your message across if you're using these multiple channels. Because remember, Joe, do you remember what the stat is at how many times people have to see something before they'll actually take action and make a purchase?
Oh, good. It's a lot. It's like, I don't know, what is it, 17 times or something
Yeah,
ridiculous?
well,
It's a big number.
they used to say 7 plus or minus 3 or 4. Now I think it's even more than that because people are more skeptical now than they used to be. But people need to get in front. You need to get your business and your message and your solution in front of people multiple times before they will actually respond to it. So plan for that ahead of time. Don't think, oh, I'm just going to send one postcard and see what happens.
Yes.
That's not an effective campaign. That is not an effective way to communicate or sell to people. You need to plan. I would much rather see people send to a list of 100 people 10 times than to a list of 1,000 once. And
Agreed.
it's really, really important that when we're talking about marketing, you plan to hit those people multiple times over the course of weeks or months before they'll actually make any kind of decision.
Absolutely. Before we go off the slide, I wanted to share something really quick. And this is a real world, real life example. And what I'm trying to articulate here is that the mailbox channel has many different uses. But we have a customer, his name's Joel, and he was doing some big business and still is to this day. And he sells information online, and some of it's pretty high price tag stuff. And he was having issues with chargebacks. So people would purchase and download and then do a chargeback. And what he did is he came to us and said, "Hey, is there any way to automate sending a gift and a card to these folks, to every single one of my customers?" And by the way, the number was kind of astronomical. It was $40,000 a month he was losing in chargebacks. 40,000
Ah,
a month in chargebacks. And what he did, remember, he was already sending an email. He already had a text. He was already doing these things. He had a sales funnel, right? He had websites. He had social media. He had all these things. But the day that he incorporated the mailbox and started sending a thank you gift and a card
yeah,
to every single one of these folks, his chargebacks went to zero, zero,
yeah.
not even a one, because he engaged with them in a way that they understood. And not only did they understand, but they actually had that law of reciprocity came into play. Oh my
Mhm.
God, it's something nice for me. Now, calling the bank and doing a chargeback is off the table. Even if it was on the table, it's now off the table. But I guess what I'm really trying to articulate is the mailbox channel can be used in many different ways. All these channels in connection. Where are the connection points for your audience? Is the mailbox a connection point for your audience? I don't know the answer to that. There are probably a few that aren't, but I'm saying most of them probably are. So anyway, just wanted to throw that out there.
Yep. Love it, Joe. Love it. And thanks, Jill. This info is full of golden nuggets. Thank you, Jill. We appreciate that comment.
Yeah.
All
Okay.
righty. Let's go. Let me show you one more thing here. Direct mail. This is final reminders here. Direct mail is read more often than email among all age groups. All age groups. We were having a debate around our table the other day on Independence Day about what generation is which and who's called what and who's Gen Z and who's Gen Y and X, all these different things. But I love this when I think about the different generations. Direct mail is read more often than email among all age groups, and 71% of all consumers are excited to discover what the mail brings every day. Meaning, Joe, direct mail appeals to every age. We all get excited about it. We all love to see our name on the front of an envelope or on the front of a card. We all love to be appreciated and engaged with, and to get that kind of information that is personalized and made specifically for us. So with these final reminders, just remember, you can stay top of mind with automations. Joe, do you want to speak to automations quickly?
Yes. Basically, here's the deal, folks. Automations are, it's basically a single shipment or multiple shipments that are preset. And all you have to do is add a name to the right group and we'll take care of the rest. Within 10 minutes, the order will be executed. And the next business day, it'll go out and ship. So, folks, automations are it. It's pretty much primarily how 90% of our orders are actually done through
Mhm.
automations. It's
Yep.
crazy, right? 90% of all of our orders are done through an automation because it's easy.
Automations, it really is set it and forget it. And when we say set it and forget it, it's forget the hassle, but don't forget the people. They will remember you. They will communicate with you. They will send you notes like, "Oh my goodness, thank you so much for remembering my birthday or remembering my business anniversary or remembering the day I bought my house. It was such an important day to me, and it means a lot that you remembered that." Just think about that when you're sending things out. All right. Celebrate people. It makes them feel good and think fondly of you. Make sure your customers know that they are appreciated. I will say this is probably one of the most underutilized tools that businesses have right at their fingertips. Right at their fingertips. And if you're sitting there saying, well, I don't have everyone's address that patronizes my business, I have a brick and mortar business, I don't have their addresses. Okay, put a QR code right by the register and have people scan it and join your mailing list. Believe it. People want to engage with you. They want to do these things. So once you get them into your database by using a QR code, you know that what that means. You don't have to do anything. You don't have to touch it. You can set up an automation that is going to say, thanks for connecting. And you can send out sales notifications to them. And you can do all kinds of things once you know that you can communicate with people via their mailbox, in addition to the other channels you're using. And then finally, personalize everything you send. I can't say enough about that. I know Joe can't say enough about it. Some of the gifts that you see here on the screen, every single one of those items are personalized and made to make someone feel special.
Yeah, I want to add one more thing to this, folks. Listen, we're champions of the mailbox, and there's a reason for it. The message that is received, they know you spent money. They know it. An email didn't cost a thing. A text didn't cost a thing. Any of these other channels, the cost is pretty much nothing. But the mailbox, they know you made an investment in them. There's a reason they feel good about receiving a gift in the mail and it complementing your marketing. It is a big deal when you stop and really think about what is happening here. Why is this channel so effective? Why does a package have a 100% open rate? Why do people engage? All these stats we gave you, we didn't create them. I mean, folks, these stats are gold. I mean, this is marketing gold for you today. But what I'm saying right now, pretty simple, is the mailbox works for a lot of reasons. But one of those reasons is the fact that they know you made an investment in them. And that is a big deal. It puts a smile on everybody's face.
Yeah, it sure does. It sure does. So, Joe, hopefully all of you have received some valuable content with this presentation today, but we're super excited about what's coming up next week, right, Joe?
Yes, we are. Our friend Diane Hockman joining us for Experts Unleashed. I know you'll miss me and Vanessa. It's okay, folks. We'll be back the following week. Everything will be fine. But yes, Diane Hockman. Let me tell you what, folks, I can't wait to introduce you to her. You will get great value from her. I have never sat with her and not gotten great value or walked away with a nugget of some kind. And you want to talk about a champion of email? Oh, yeah, she's a champion of email, but she's also a champion of the mailbox. So talking about omni-channel communication, this girl's got it in spades.
Yeah, she's awesome. She's a great marketer and trainer and consultant, and she's going to be sharing such great valuable information with all of you. So come back next week for Experts Unleashed, and then Joe and I will be back the following week with a new presentation, something fun and exciting that you'll love. So thanks so much for joining us today. If you missed this or any of our other lunch and learns, please head on over to our YouTube channel, youtube.com/mailbox power, and check out our lunch and learns or any other training video that we have posted on that account.
Awesome. All right. Thanks, Vanessa. Thank you, everyone, for being here today. Thank you for giving us a half hour of your time. We know it's your most valuable asset, and spending it with us is amazing. Thank you so much. We appreciate all of you. We look forward to seeing you next week for Experts Unleashed. And then the following week, myself and Vanessa will be back with some other fun topic to talk about. But anyway, have a great day, everyone. Thanks for everything. Bye-bye.
Take care, everyone.